She's on fire.
Talk to me.
Take your best shot.
What is going on, guys and gals? Welcome to Good Real Hunting. Happy Friday. Hard to believe it, but 2023 is coming to an end. So tonight we will be tearing up most of the good horror movies and bad horror movies from 2023. Going to be a good episode tonight as we kind of do a recap of 2023, and we can look to see a few more episodes similar to this between now and the end of the month as well. So I'm excited about it, and yeah, man, it's hard to believe it's here already.
Dude, man, time flies when you're having fun, my friend. And 2023 has indeed been a fun year and a crazy ride, and just flew by. But don't worry, guys, we got some fun 2024 plans in store for all of you. But we got to finish up with the year 2023, and today is December the 1st, Brad. So happy holidays!
Yeah, dude.
Whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Bretman Day. Yes, there is a Bretman Day. Pretty much is every day. Nah, I'm just kidding with you. Whatever holiday you celebrate, happy holidays since it's December the 1st. And we figure what better way to start off the holiday season than bring you all an early Christmas present or early holiday present with this particular stream.
Dude, I love end of the year though, man. I like doing all the end of the year recaps, like our top, 10 horror movies and our top 20, old movies. Like all that stuff's great. The worst movie, like basically the end of the December is kind of a good time to have all the end of the year stuff. So it's all fun, man. I like it. Just going down this memory lane and talk about everything we saw this year.
Oh yeah, definitely down memory lane. And you know what? We got 13 people to start off the show. So do you mind if I reveal a little bit of an extra holiday gift to let
Absolutely.
everybody know? Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. See, even my screen agrees that
How
I
come
should
that never
release
happens to
this
me, dude? How come you get all those?
because you suck. But I'm just kidding. But guys,
You suck.
um, usually,
You suck.
Brad, what's usually the best way to describe or just to celebrate the year of horror of 2023 on Good Rule Hunting? What do we normally do?
The award show.
What are you talking about? This one?
I am, dude.
Yeah, so guys, this is we got officially a new logo. This is just like a kind of like a little taste of what you could expect of the new revamped Real Horror Awards. We are definitely diving into this particular project right now, with skits, with like just getting everything like just gathered up. So expect some announcements within the coming weeks. We are going to get with our committee very soon to figure out the nominees. And then, of course, the most important task of all, guys, you all get to decide the Real Horror Awards and who wins, who loses. But we're always focused on winners. And this will be determining the third to last week of January this year. So we're ready to have a real good time with this project.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to get into it. The skit that we've shot mostly is fantastic. I can't wait to share it with everybody. It actually is our first time filming something in pretty much a year since we did the Scream stuff.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it's going to be a lot of once it's all turned out, yeah, it's going to be great. Be looking forward to it. I think everybody's going to enjoy it, and it's going to be an epic night like it was last year, but even more epic because it's going to be
Yeah,
even better than last year.
absolutely, it is. Or yeah. So wanted to let you guys know the way that we want to make this bigger and better than it's ever been before. We're gonna need your guys' help, but don't worry about it because we will let you know exactly how you can help us do it when the time comes. But just know that Real Horror Wars 2024 is officially launched for in production.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and say hello to everybody in the chat. So let's go ahead and get started with that. And then we'll get started with our feature presentation of tonight's stream. We got Chester. What's going on? We got Lamantra. Yo, Adrian, how you doing?
Hey, I never talked to a door before, you know.
Thomas, what's going on? And Rosie, my dear, we're going to tear you apart. Oh, Rosie, my dear, like I told you in the chat, we have such sights to show you. This is the site I'm talking about, folks. It's the one true rose of YouTubing today. Here is your rose, Rosie, my dear. So there you go. What else we got here? I know more people are here. We got Mega Cats in the house. What's going on there, Mega Cat? We got Blu-ray Addict. We got Gory Tiger. We got Zodiac C saying the beautiful people, the beautiful people, the beautiful people.
I don't know where that's from. I don't know.
You know what?
It's Friday. We're
just
feeling
threw it out
funky.
there.
Yeah, man. That's all we can do.
Yeah, and what's up, Buzz Sniffers? That is Gavin. What's going on, my friend? Snyder, what's going on? Just popping in to say, hey, just started watching Strays. Dude, you'll have a fun time with that movie. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Casteller, what's going on, my friend? Not Swim for 2024 and Nosferatu. Yeah, and Jordan Peele's next untitled film, Nosferatu, and Jordan Peele's fourth film in the same day on Christmas. What the hell are they thinking?
What are we waiting for? You know what though? And plus, dude, I'm excited to talk about next year's releases too when we get to next month. I love the time of the year, man. I love it, dude. It gets me excited.
Dude, it's going to be a fantastic time. Just like Fenderhoff knows how to have a fantastic time. So what's going on, Fenderhoff? And I know one of our favorite... Oh, there she is. Destiny, what's going on, Destiny? How are you doing? Just a lot of people. So I was trying to get to you and the rest of everybody. And dude, Raymond's in the chat saying, hello, everyone in the chat. First time in the chat. It's going to be fun. Raymond's been an excellent supporter of ours. This is his first time in the chat. And we know the rules. If you're a newbie in the chat, everybody, please make Raymond feel welcome.
Where's the fireworks?
I know you'll see that in the ranking video when we release it here in 2 weeks. We're still trying to figure all that out.
Thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got Miss Erica Lauren. What's going on? How are you doing? And oh, there's Brother Fluff. Barbie better be top row on this shit. Hey, some things were scary about it, but mostly it's not a horror movie. But I'll be honest with you, it would be towards the top for my opinion.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but dude, I mean, yeah, I'm excited to do our whole movie ranking at some point this month, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, because again, around this time of the year, we kind of cheat on the channel and we like to go more towards like any kind of genre. So a video on the actual overall movies will be coming. Pat Master, it is jumping in here for a Friday evening. Yes, it is, man. So we are glad you are here.
It's a Friday at Good Real Hunting, dude. That's what we call it. We're celebrating. So yeah, we're excited.
The Beautiful People by Marilyn Manson, Brett's edition. Yes, hopefully I did it better. If not, then sue me.
That's some good math you have going on over there, Birdie. I like that.
That's it. I knew what you meant. I know you meant EDITION. I know what you meant. So all good. It's Friday, so you know what? Fuck the rules. So I think we are good here. So all right, Brad. You want to do some promo real quick? I promise we will get started.
Yeah, dude, do it. Whip it out.
All right, let me get one more deep breath here. Check 1, 2. Beautiful people. Here we go. Speaking of beautiful people, Brad, these are our real hunters, our Patreons. They're the official backbone of this channel. So when I'm going to be the kind of like the America's Most Got Talent winner, which is going to be me, I'm going to need these guys' help, the real hunters' help, for all the voting and all the fake accounts so they can vote multiple times. Just kidding. Please don't do that. But please support our channel because you can do that by being a Patreon, which the link is in the description down below. Click the link, select any tier to your heart's desire so you all can be real hunters today. And just in case if you don't want to be a Patreon, You can be a YouTube membership member. This is the hot thing going on right now because for as low as 99 cents, you can support the Good Real Hunting channel through YouTube memberships where you can earn cool badges, emojis, and much, much more. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today.
Jump on in there. But if you can't, that's cool. Just being here, man. Just being here is great. Liking the video. Hit that like button while you're here. You know, that's quick. That helps a lot. You know, sharing it with people. Obviously, that's a biggie. That helps tremendously. Just being here in the chat, all that stuff.
Algorithm.
Yeah, man, that helps out tremendously. So we appreciate all that free stuff too that you can do. And I like it.
Yeah, baby, I like it. Special Agent Danner Bobanner, baby, I like it. Greetings, beautiful people. Oh yes, I like it. God, I'm just in a singing mood tonight.
Dude, you should sing a song then.
What should I sing?
I don't know.
I got one.
Yeah.
Tequila. No, I'm just kidding. I need some tequila right now.
You do.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of thing. I don't know what it is, and I even opened up my beverage of choice tonight, and so we're gonna go ready to do that. I'm gonna shut up because I know y'all are here not to hear me sing, but to tear up these sons of bitches. So, Brad, before we even get started doing that, we gotta say hello to Matt Fauci, of course, because he's a sexy
that
SOB.
sexy son of a bitch. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course you can get some good real up in there, man. I like it. I'm happy that you're here and you're welcoming us.
Oh, a suggestion of a Christmas song. So let me go ahead and get that real quick. All I want for Christmas is no. We do not sing that shit there. My favorite.
But here, listen. Here, whip up where's the karaoke thing we have? Like, whip that up. I think it's time to start in about 30 minutes or so.
If I could, I did have that time to make one, but Desi asked us a great question in the chat. I was actually getting ready to ask you, what's everyone's favorite Christmas song? Mine's actually Kelly Clarkson's Underneath the Tree. I'm not sure why. I just randomly listened to it one day, and it's always on every single Christmas list I ever make.
Oh, Kelly Clarkson. No, Elvis, Blue Christmas all day.
Ooh,
give me that Elvis track,
choice.
dog. That Elvis track.
Oh, God, guys, I'm telling you, I promise we will get to the streaming here. But here we go. Frank with a $5 super chat. Frank, what's going on, my friend? Hopefully you are doing great. We are big supporters of the Slaughter Lamb YouTube channel. So just in case if you're a newbie here, and for some strange reason, if you're not subscribed over to the fellas at the Slaughter Lamb, what are you waiting for? Stick to that road to their channel. So Brad, pick out a $5 super chat for Frank.
That ROAD. Thank you, Frank. Much appreciated. And of course, yeah, man. We love what you guys do over there. So as does, I'm sure, everybody else here. Let's do this one. We haven't done this one in a minute.
Yeah, green makes you look sexy, baby.
Green, yeah, it suits you, man. It really suits you. It's like the color of money. Ka-ching.
The color of money.
All right, and of course, and Frank, thank you so much, my friend. We appreciate.
Thanks, Frank. Yeah.
And Nick Cooling, what's going on with the movie ranker? And last hint, and then we're going to start because I know I keep on making fake promises. But Nick, what's going on, man? And you see a lot of people in the chat. Some of those people are going to be presenters at the Real Horror Awards. Oh, I wonder.
Oh, real freaking naughty, man. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see who shows up this year, man. I'm excited.
Dude, it's going to be great. And of course, again, announcements are coming with who's presenting what. All that's coming very, very soon. So I'm going to shut up now. I promise this time. Brad, take it away with these tier ranking names.
Let's see the list. Okay, at the bottom, at the worst movies of the year, the worst horror movies of the year. Sucking bone marrow. That's not a situation you want to be in. Any way you spin it, it's not a good thing. The next up, Ellie's eggs, man. There's probably some potential there for some good protein, but you're going to get some shells in them, okay? A lot of shells, it can get crunchy. Nobody likes crunchy eggs, but still, you're getting nutrients at the very least. In the middle, shopping on Black Friday, you can get that waffle iron for about $7, but you might get trampled. Is it worth it? There's good deals there. There's good deals, but are you going to die for said deals? I don't know. That's a good question. That's why it's in the middle. Moving on up to the second highest tier, we have Totally Killer, just named after the movie, obviously, because that movie kicked ass, and it's a good name. And at the top, of course, we got a good old-fashioned epic hand party. That nothing beats a hand party, right? Am I right or am I wrong?
No, man. Anytime a hand's involved in a party, you're always guaranteed a good time.
Yeah, I like a good hand party, man. I'm excited.
Oh yeah. So let me go ahead and get this banner back up. And I also gotta say hello to Ben because we accidentally skipped Ben, and I don't like skipping people to the best of my abilities. So if I could figure out where he's at, come on, where are you, Ben? Where are you?
Ben Grimm?
Yeah, where is he? There he
He's
is.
right here,
I
man.
found him.
No.
Christmas rapping is the best, dude. Ain't it though, Brad? Are you a good Christmas rapper?
Yeah, I mean, I'm better than I used to be. Yeah.
Nice.
I
And
mean, I don't know what tier I would put myself on for that particular category, but definitely not at the bottom.
I would definitely put you at bone sucking marrow.
No. I'm not at the bottom, man. I've been at the bottom. I've spent some time at the bottom, but I've climbed tiers over the years. I'm not the
Okay,
top.
fine. Ellie's eggs.
I think I could be there in the Black Friday shopping for sure. I mean, I think sometimes my gift wrapping turns out really nice, especially if I have a gift bag.
Fine. And Frank, you're so welcome because on this channel we like to do everything raw. And Mikey West, what's going on there? How are you doing, my friend?
Hey, welcome. Good to see you here.
And Brad, as I am going to exit the screen and get everything loaded, if you want to answer Blu-ray Addict's question real quick.
How many 2023 movies have you guys watched? That's a good question. Been kind of a down year for me, man. I haven't been to the movies as much. But I got so far I'm at 36, about to be 37. I got 5 minutes left on The Exorcist. And then I can log that. I mean,
you don't have to watch it.
Well, yeah, it's not going to change my opinion on where I put it on this list, but still, nonetheless, yeah, 36 is that what I said? Yeah, and there's a few more stragglers I'm going to try to hit. I'm going to try to hit 40 at least.
Oh, here, as I'm looking up my answer here, Brad, this is the movies, and y'all see the Fall of the House of Usher. I accidentally added that on there just because, again, I love the series so much. But we are not going to tier that one. We're fully focusing on movies tonight.
Yeah, man, that's what our plan is. That's what our plan is for sure, man. That's good. That's a good list overall. I think we hit all the highlights on here for sure. I mean, there's a couple probably that maybe left off.
Yeah,
but
of course,
these are
guys.
the biggies.
Yeah, of course. In the chat, let us know what are some of your favorite horror movies of the year 2023 so we can always get that discussion rolling. In the description down below is access to this particular tier list so you all can tier up these sons of bitches movies for yourselves.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. You know what,
and
Birdie?
I watched
one we forgot to put on here, man.
What did we forget? Damn it!
We didn't put Sick on here, man. I'm looking at the list now. It's not on here.
I think I can add it real quick if you want me to, but
I mean,
or you just want to get
not?
started.
Well, yeah, if you get a moment at some point, we can go ahead and get started. But if you can,
okay. How about this? You add a movie, or you pick the first movie and talk about it, and by that time, I should be able to have that movie uploaded.
Cool. Let's go ahead and get Pope's Exorcist off the board. What can I tell you, man? This movie sucked. I wasn't a big fan of it. I thought it was going to be cool, like from the trailer and stuff. I didn't see it in theaters. Once it dropped on Netflix, I dropped in on it. Dude, I fell asleep probably 4 or 5 times before I finished it. I kept waking up, having to rewind it. It's like it was the most tedious movie of the year for me to get through. If it didn't have Russell Crowe in it, it would have been probably the worst. It might still be the worst movie of the year. I don't know. I didn't like it at all. I'm putting it at sucking bone marrow at the bottom.
Soaking bone marrow. You know what, dude? Let me get back to the screen real quick for the Pope's Exorcist. You got sucking bone marrow, Brad. I'm going to join you right there as well because I did fall asleep in the middle act of this movie. And guys, this is just trying to be an action movie within a horror movie. And so for me, it does not work.
Shit, where's the damn action? The only action I saw was Russell Crowe riding around on a fucking moped. There was no. I needed some damn action in this thing.
Hey,
holy
safety
shit.
first. But man, it's just at the end of the day, it just doesn't do it for me. So no thank you for the Pope's Exorcist. It's nothing against our boy Russell Crowe. I'm sure somebody in Hollywood figure out something very dirty about him and say, make this movie or we'll release your dirty shit. Russell Crowe, you should have released your dirty shit versus doing this movie. So sucking bone marrow is where this movie belongs.
It's a good spot for it, man. That's a good spot.
So Brad, I am almost ready. So pick another movie and talk about it.
Okay, let's go ahead and talk about Man, let's go ahead and talk about Five Nights at Freddy's as well. That's one of the most the movies that made the most one of the movies that made the most money this year for sure on this list. It's probably in the top 5 of the box office, I would say. It racked in some stacks. Another movie I didn't like at all. I didn't really care for. It's not as bad as Pope's Exorcist. You know, there's at least some a little bit of enjoyment I had with it, but it's still very low overall. I just found it incredibly boring. I didn't care for the characters really at all. They kind of forced some story to be in it, and I just didn't need any of that. At the end of the day, I'm never going to watch it again. I'm going Ellie's Eggs, man. Ellie's Eggs.
All right, and what was that movie again? One more time. I apologize.
Five Nights at Freddy's. F
Oh man,
N
you're gonna
A
hate.
F.
You're gonna put Five Nights at Freddy's at Ellie's Eggs.
Without question, and it's lucky it's getting that far.
Oh man, see, okay, first off, I'm not a big fan. Like, I've not like played the games or anything like that, so I went into this movie particularly blind. However, I had a great time with this, so this is going to probably be a shock to some people. I'm going to put this movie at totally killer. I just had a really good time with this movie. I think the animatronics looked good, but I want more out of it. That was like my main problem with the movies. I wanted more from the animatronics, of like just getting them more involved in some way versus with how they were used and presented. But I like the characters. I had a lot of fun in the third act. So honestly, I just had a totally killer time with this movie. So with that in mind, this goes to shopping on Black Friday.
Okay.
So and Brad, I need pick one more, and I promise I'll be right back on track because I finally found the movie on the website.
Okay, let's do another one. Special agent asked you this. He said, Bert, you did not have fun at the movie theater with this movie, did you? Talking about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, dude, that was one of the top 3 theater experiences of the worst side of things. Absolutely hated it at the theater. But once I got home to the comforts of my own home on the couch, I absolutely loved it just because I was finally able to get into the mood and atmosphere of this movie.
Yeah, I never found that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead. All right, let's talk Megan, dude. That's the first banger of the year. It came out in January. That's the one that everybody was talking about there for a month or two. Yeah, I actually enjoyed the movie quite a bit. I thought it was a unique kind of spin on the whole like freaking psycho doll killer thing, that we saw. When we saw the trailer, we didn't really expect much from it. I remember. We're just like, oh, it's just kind of a Chucky ripoff or whatever. But I think it was better than that. They did a good job with the characters. The chick from Get Out. I think she was actually really good in this movie, and then the little girl too. And obviously Megan was cool as hell. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go probably for Megan. Oh, putting it up next to some of these other ones, I'd probably go totally killer for Megan, I would say.
Fan, let me go ahead and let me just kind of let you know something about this movie, Brad. I'm bulletproof. Nothing to lose. Okay, I promise to not sing, but I will promise this. I still had a really good time with this movie. A lot of people hate it, as you see the hand on the poster right here on the screen. That Megan, a lot of people did not like this poster, and a lot of them tuned out of this movie before it even went to theaters. But when it did, a lot of people came around and said that this movie is a good time. I'm on that side that this movie had a good time, but it has gone down a little bit just because, again, I wanted the unrated version to be at the theater versus the theatrical version. But I understand because they were just trying to get a younger audience, kind of like how they did at Five Nights at Freddy's. So I understand that, but that's what this particular movie was missing, was more of the gore and the kills and the violence of it, which we get it in the unrated cut on Peacock. But I have to kind of rate this on the theatrical release. Underrated storytelling with the story in this, and Allison Williams, I thought she did a really good job. So I feel shopping on a Black Friday.
Okay. Yeah. Let's. I think it's getting a lot of. Let's poll it. I think a lot of people in the chat are liking it.
You want to do a poll?
Yeah. Let's throw it up to the poll. Let's let them decide where to go because a lot of people seem like.
And I'm going to type in Megan. Well, not hashtag Megan. Let's see here. Megan, and our choices are Black Friday or you said Ellie's Eggs, correct?
No, totally killer. I put.
Totally kill. I apologize, man. Sorry,
Yeah,
I
pay
was so
attention, dude.
focused on 6, so that part of it's your fault. So, but I finally got the poster on screen, so you get my full undivided attention now. I promise.
Good. I'll let you pick the next movie or two then in that case. But yeah, I thought it was good, and I thought for
And what did I do to
PG-13,
piss off the chat? Because a lot of them says I should quit drinking and that I'm crazy.
well, it's the Five Nights at Freddy's thing, man. Ever since you started saying that movie was good, they all they dove off the Brett cliff.
They all just turned their back on me.
They did, man. They
I
did.
thought
They
it was
said
my
this guy.
singing.
No, that was pretty good. That actually probably got you a few brownie points, but I don't know for sure. But yeah, either
Okay.
way, I think yeah, I thought for a PG-13 movie, I thought they actually did a pretty decent job with the kills, even in a theatrical release. It was pretty gnarly. But yeah, why don't you pick the next one while they're working on that?
All right, Brad, let's have some fun here because we definitely have different opinions on this next topic of a movie. Brad, you want to take any guesses of what movie I'm talking about?
I bet you're going to be talking about damn Infinity Pool, man.
Damn right, I'm talking about Infinity Pool because, like, this movie did not work for me. And the only big positive I have for this movie is Mia Goth. Just being just the amazing actress that she is. Just another banger to add to her recent success and to her recent resume. I loved her performance, but everything else this movie has to offer, absolutely, it just does not do it for me personally. So I'm going to put Mia Goth's Infinity Pool into Ellie's Eggs, man. Just because if it didn't have Mia Goth in it, it definitely easily 110% would be sucking bone marrow.
Yeah, but dude, you got to think about Mr. Damn. For some reason, I was about to say Macaulay Culkin. That definitely was not it. Alexander Skarsgård.
He got his star today, so I totally understand that.
Yeah, Alexander Skarsgård though, he freaking crushed it. I thought this is one of those movies that's really stuck with me over the course of the year. Like I saw it.
Sorry, I know for what reason.
Oh, well, hey, Mia Goth was the first entry into the hand party this year, if you know what I'm saying. There's been multiple entries. She was the first. She created the party first. But for real though, like this one a little gross, but I liked it. But the more and more that like it's resonated with me, the more I like it. It's one of those that it came out January or like February, March, something like that, early in the year.
Well, for the context of the movie, I would say it'd be appropriate it came out in February. But I'm thinking it came out in January.
It was early. But it's one of those that I've continued to think about all year long, and I'm still am today quite a bit. So I mean, for that reason, man, and plus Mia Goth, man, I think this might beat her roles that she had last year in X and Pearl.
Ooh.
I mean, just the way that she was fucking crazy, man. So yeah, give me hand party for her, man. And take it to the top.
So okay, what about this math here, Brad? Hand party and Ellie's Eggs. Where do you think we need to do it, or do you think we need to do a poll?
You do a poll, man. You could throw a couple different options in there.
I'll add in 4 options, but
Yeah.
let me see where the other poll's at right now.
We'll see where it lands. I know it's pretty divisive, so it might go somewhere in the middle.
And how
So
many people we got in here? Damn, we got 25 people. You
Yeah, we're
beautiful
rolling.
sons of bitches. Y'all are awesome.
yeah, we're having a good time tonight.
So I'm gonna actually just wait a couple of minutes because I want all the people, the beautiful 24 people now, to be sure to get their vote in because we got 12 total votes right now, and I want to make sure. So guys, it's just a click of a button.
Yeah, dude, click it, and let's see where it lands, man. I'm excited about it. But yeah, that poster too is epic, man. There's a lot of good posters this year, but that Infinity Pool one is pretty awesome.
Hell yeah. And dude, what a better year to add in best poster, the newest category in the Real Horror Awards, than the poster talk.
Dude, for real, man. And look, there's a lot of competition for it, man. Scream, Evil Dead Rise, Meg. Oh, maybe not Meg, but Infinity Pool. Yeah, I mean, all those are good. Even The Exorcist is pretty good. I don't.
You just want to go rip this Band-Aid off?
Let's rip it.
And guys, we're going to come back to Infinity Pool in a minute. Again, I just want to make sure Megan gets his fair share of votes. So let's go with Renfield real quick, because this one is definitely one of my most disappointing movies of 2023. I understand a lot of people had a good time with it, and this is pretty much what the movie is all about. I just kind of expected a little more from this movie, but maybe with a second viewing, I might like it. But I'm going based off my first viewing. Nicolas Cage, of course, is a very entertaining Dracula, but I thought he was going to bring something more to the Dracula character, and it just doesn't land with me. But it's not a bad movie per se. So my guts tell me Ellie's eggs with this one.
I'd meet you there, man. I didn't like the movie all that much, honestly. It's not one I'm ever going to watch again. There were some entertaining bits with Nicolas Cage and a couple good little action pieces in there, but overall, I just, I didn't really care for it. For me, I needed more Nicolas Cage for it to really carry it.
Exactly. I feel like this way was missing too.
Yeah, man. So yeah, Ellie's Eggs, I'm good with that, man.
All right, and I will say, though, with Renfield, it did have pretty much my favorite vampire joke of all time. But other than that, like I just expected more in this movie.
Yeah, man. Oh, what's up, Rob? My man, how's it going? Good to see you. Happy
Rob?
Friday. Yeah.
Where is he? And also, we got
Hatsy Put.
Hatsy Put 63. I believe you are new here on Good
No,
Will Hunting.
they've been here before.
Oh, okay. I apologize. You know what? So many people have been on this channel in the chat this year, so it's kind of hard to figure out. But guys, if you're ever new here, please let us know. Surely Rob's new here.
He's been here before too.
Okay,
Yeah.
dadgummit. So, bro, I'm gonna let you keep up with that.
What can I say? I know the people.
We the people. All right, bro. I'm gonna end this poll for Megan. It's going to get the Black Friday treatment at 64%.
That's a good spot for it. Okay, cool. Sounds good. I like that there.
All right, so we'll put that right there, and I'm going to start the new poll here for Infinity Pool, and I'm going to do four options. I'm going to do the rareness and give them 4 options with Hand Party, Totally Killer, Black Friday, and Ellie's Eggs. So
good eggs, man. Put some salt and pepper on them, but they're good.
Salt and pepper. And Melissa just joined us too, Brad. So Melissa, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, Melissa? Good to see you.
Yeah. So all right, I picked 3 movies. So I'm pretty sure we're back in the fold here, Brad. I think we're about even. So if you want to go ahead and pick the next movie for us.
Dude, let's do Knock at the Cabin, man. That's a tough God, man. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna have to say about Knock at the Cabin. I think honestly, though, I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. I mean, coming off of old M. Night's last movie back in old was so bad, dude. That was like the worst movie from that year, man. It was just painfully bad. I enjoyed this one a lot. I think this was one of Dave Bautista's best roles. As Leonard, our friend Leonard, a good buddy of ours. I liked him quite a bit, man, in the movie. I haven't seen it since it came out, so I know it's been a while since it has come out, so it's kind of hard for me exactly to place it between Shopping on Black Friday or Totally Killer. I could see it going either way for me, but I think I'm going to go Shopping on Black Friday for it, just because, again, I haven't had much interest to rewatch it. I enjoyed it. I will rewatch it. I'm going to for sure, but I just haven't, so I'm going to go there, Shopping on Black Friday.
All right, and Brad, I am going to join you because I absolutely agree with you that this is definitely one of Dave Bautista's best roles since his time in Hollywood. I really enjoy his performance, so good enough where it could earn a potential Real Horror Award nomination. I thought that he did that good of a job with his role as our boy Leonard, and I really like this movie. I really like the story, and definitely agree with you again, Brad. That Midnight Shyamalan finally, I wouldn't say this movie totally is a banger, but I thought it was way country miles better than Old, because I can't
Yes.
even believe you brought up Old again, because I really hated that movie too, because you had amazing potential with that movie and you just fell flat on it. He didn't miss with this one, though. I enjoyed it. The cinematography in this movie, I think, is one of the best of the year as well. And when shit hits the fan in the third act, it really starts like picking it up, and make it even brings out the good question of what would you do if you were in this particular situation as well. So I love when movies challenge my beliefs and just my decision making. So shopping on Black Friday is where it needs to be.
That's a good spot for it, man. I concur.
Alrighty. So next movie here. Let's go with one of the more quiet movies of the year, Brad. Let's talk about a little bit of Cobweb here.
Ooh, I like it. Yeah, man. Let's hear about it.
Yeah, Cobweb, love the mood and atmosphere to this movie, and this is one of those silent ones of like it could like be for your October viewing, because it sets up the October atmosphere very well. And just the real only problem I have with this movie is when we get a little bit towards like the second half of the movie, where we get more of a visual of what this thing or this entity is. I'm a big believer that less is more, and definitely this movie could have used less and more. But then that second half hits, we get more of that entity, and that's not a big fan of the look of it. But everything else, I thought it was a solid performance. So I was just going to be it right in the middle for shopping on Black Friday.
Yeah, I'm good with that, man. Actually, like when I was watching this movie, I was really enjoying it. I like the atmosphere, like having that pumpkin patch in the backyard. A lot of good fog in there. Like, and just kind of just taking that ride with the kid in there. I thought he did a good job, in figuring out how weird his parents are throughout. It was neat. But yeah, again, since I watched it, I just I haven't thought much about it. It hasn't really stuck with me. I honestly kind of forgot how it ended. So yeah, it didn't leave that much of an impact on me. So I'm good for right there in the middle.
Awesome. And what's awesome too is God, where did she go already? Let's see here. Where did she There she is. Brooke, what's going on there, Brooke? How are you doing?
Hey, good to see you.
Always good to see Brooke, and good to see everybody here in the chat. Hang out with us on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Cold beer on the Friday night. All
Yeah,
right,
man.
let's see here. Ninth. I'll go ahead and end the poll here because everybody's leaning towards your side, Brad. It kind of like mixes with my score too. 9 votes, Brad. 33%. Infinity Pool is going to be totally killer.
Nice. Okay, I'm good with that. I mean,
All right,
for being
whatever
such a
you all
divisive,
say.
dude, I might watch it tonight, Birdie. I might watch it tonight. I'm excited.
Well, make sure everybody in the house is asleep.
Yeah, man, I'll do it.
Yeah. So, all right. I picked Cobweb, Brad. So you want to go ahead and pick the next movie?
Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Insidious, I should say.
Oh my
5,
gosh,
man.
dude! Not the porn version. We need the 5th version.
Look, man, I thought this movie was pretty disappointing. I think it was on my list for most anticipated movies this year because Patrick Wilson was going to have his directorial debut, and I was excited to see what he's going to do, bringing back the original family for Insidious, the Rose Byrne family, the Dalton family, I should say, or whatever, the Lambert family. I'm throwing everybody out there, but I'm going for that. But anyway, yeah, at the end of the day, it was just really a boring movie that wasn't scary at all. It didn't really add anything to the franchise. It was better than Last Key or Lost Key or whatever the key that wasn't a key movie. This wasn't a key movie either. So yeah, I mean, it's not sucking bone marrow, but it's probably lower end of Ellie's eggs. I mean, it's not good. And it's again, I probably won't go back and watch it unless we're doing like an Insidious
watch party
review series, watch party series or something like that.
Yeah, and Brad, that kind of sads me because I know how much you like the Insidious franchise, like especially like with the first 3. So it kind of pains me to hear you say that about Insidious because I don't think it's a great movie. I just thought it was good for what it wanted to do. It brings it back. It had a successful showing in the box office on opening weekend. Hell, we get to hear even Patrick Wilson freaking get to sing a song in this movie, man. With
Not the first time.
Yeah, stay with me. Okay,
I don't even remember that. That's how I just like. That's just how you know, non, you know, impactful this movie was. I had no idea what you're even talking about. So,
But man, dude, it's at the end of the credits where you can hear that, man. But dude, it's honestly though, it is a good original song, so I did like that. But also like what some of the scares in this movie. I thought they set up a lot of the scares very good, especially at the CAT scan scene. I definitely thought that was the best thing in the movie. And with how they ended everything, which they easily could end everything here in this movie, I thought it was satisfying to me. I thought it was just a proper ending. So if they want to close the door forever, they can. Or if they want to reopen it in the future, they can do it as well. I don't think this movie is great. And I just thought it was good enough where for me, it's a shopping on Black Friday.
oh, take it to the polls, Dad. But here is Slaughtered Lamb is here saying that you have great vocals. This is
Darren,
the
what's going
Darren
on,
side. Yeah,
man?
good to see you, man. I
Dude,
like it.
yeah, your boy Frank was in here earlier. We just talked amazing things about your all's channel and how everybody should be subscribing, which I know most of our people are subscribed. But just in case, again, please sign up or subscribe to the Slaughter Lamb channel and stick to their road, and you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it'll be you won't be disappointed if you haven't been there
And
yet.
and Brad, get some more comments there while I get this poll started.
Yeah, man. Just let's see what we got here, man. We're talking Blu-ray hasn't watched Insidious 4 or 5. You really shouldn't. Like, just don't bother. 1, 2, and 3 is good. Leave it at that, man. Honestly, I say there's really no reason to watch 4 or 5. Neither of those add anything to the franchise. I know some people may disagree with it. So, I mean, if you want to watch them, but if you want to save 4 hours, you're not going to be missing out. Yeah, and then here we go. Special Agent said, watch Conjuring 2 for Patrick Wilson singing. Yeah, he throws that Elvis in there, man.
Oh yeah.
That was a good one.
Wise men say.
And Destiny said the song was the best thing to come out of the movie. I agree. I didn't even know the song was a thing, but there was one good scene in the movie that I liked, and that was when he was sitting in that car and that person's walking up behind at the
Yeah.
beginning. But that's not enough to make it a good movie. It was just one good moment.
Actually,
so
like when the girl kicked that douchebag in the balls too.
yeah, I kind of remember that. They went into that party or whatever. It just wasn't. There
Oh,
wasn't
and
anything about it.
I gotta get my boy in here because he was really nice to me having me on his channel. So I always gotta say hello when he gets on here. Mega Mike the Movie Man, what's going on, man? How are you doing? Hope all is well, and hopefully you're finding success on your channel still. Loving these polls tonight. Yeah, man. That's a big thing me and Brad definitely talked about. Improving on our channel this year is doing more interactives with our chat. So far, I feel like you all have done an amazing job interacting with the polls in the chat.
Yeah, dude, we love to see it. We always like to get a good poll going.
Mhm.
That's what keeps us going, man. Getting that
Absolutely.
interaction. We get some good upsets that win some of our tournaments. Like, you never know what's going to happen when we
Dude,
pull.
yeah.
It's always the best.
So-
But yeah.
Hey, maybe in the future, Brad, we could potentially have a Real Horror Awards live interactive show. You
Now
never
that
know.
that would be interesting. I like that. That's a good
Ooh,
idea.
Write that down. So let's see here, Brad. I think. Wait a minute. You picking CDS? We're getting that poll going. So, Brad, I think it's time we do our first banger pick of the day. Are you ready
Okay.
for it?
Pick it.
We need to do our first banger. I'm not going to pick that movie because that movie's more attached to you. So our first banger, let's go with Thanksgiving, the newly released movie a couple of weeks ago of Thanksgiving. And I'm going to be honest with you, I give this movie a 4 out of 5 on my actual letterbox. So really, that's a totally killer. But I think you might maybe agree with me on this. I'm going to go with a hand party, man, just because, again, dude, this movie absolutely surprised the hell out of me with all the great kills. We get a possibly new slasher icon within our grasp. And the only negative, like real negative I have about this movie is the characters. Not the greatest in the world. I wish they had a better, just what they put more effort into those characters, but everything else, Brad, I thought was absolutely fantastic and enough to earn a hand party invite.
Yeah, I had a blast with it overall, man. A lot of really good kills in there. Just kind of going back to slasher basics, but still just given some new spins on things. The opening, I know there might be some people that hadn't seen it, so I won't spoil anything. But
Yeah,
the opening,
so let's be careful.
the opening was absolutely amazing. Like that whole time, that's one of my favorite scenes of the year. Like, and that's going to be one of my nominations for the Goodwill Horror Award show. I think for one of the particular categories. But yeah, it's that was a blast. But yeah, the characters kind of sucked. Patrick Dempsey was good in there. I liked him. A couple other ones were decent. But yeah, for the most part, it succeeds everything that a slasher should. Like you don't go for those for the characters. But still, I mean, it holds it back just enough for me. I can't go all the way to the top with it. So I'd go totally killer for the movie. Personally, is where I would slap it. But dude, I mean, I'm excited. They announced the sequel. Eli Roth is coming back to direct a sequel. So I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to seeing where he takes it. And yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a Thanksgiving staple for me, man. I didn't know that I even had a Thanksgiving staple. I mean, Thanksgiving came out, a while ago, but that was different.
Brad, you need to help on that freaking blood rage, man.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I just didn't really have much, but I mean, like, yeah, Thanksgiving, I got stuffed once and I was good. But this, like, I could watch I could watch this movie more, for sure. But yeah, I mean, totally killer for me. I think I probably put it around 4. And yeah, let's do another poll, man. Mega Mike wants a poll.
You want? I was about to say I was about to actually agree with you. I was going to agree with you enough to put it on Toller Killer. I just want to test that theory. But man, if they want a poll, let's give them a damn poll, man.
Hey, if the other one's done, I'm down for sure.
I'll say the other one's done. 10 votes 4 minutes ago, 60% for Black Friday with Insidious.
Okay, I like that. I'm Black Friday. Wow, holy hell! But that's cool.
Holy fucking hell!
Yeah, so I'm glad people got enjoyment out of that. And we'll see where Thanksgiving lands.
All right, so Thanksgiving, ham party or totally killer. All right, there we go. We have launched on that. So Brad, pick the next movie, man.
Let's talk. God dang, dude. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's get Exorcist. Let's talk about Exorcist. Now I haven't finished the movie, but there's literally 5 minutes left. Like literally. And I don't unless something. No, it doesn't really matter what they do at the end of this thing. It's not going to change my opinion on it. This movie's a mess, dude. There's no structure to it. The pacing's a nightmare. It's all over the place. I mean, there's some cool moments. The idea of the story was really cool. The 2 girls going missing, coming back all fucked up. I like that. That's really cool. But there wasn't any substance behind it, really. There wasn't really a story to follow that we cared about in the movie. There wasn't any kind of, any sorts of, we didn't really have a main character in the movie. Whereas, we had the dude, like the guy, the father or whatever, but it doesn't really focus on him enough to make him the main character. It's not like, in the original Exorcist where we had freaking Father Karras running around doing crazy, like running labs and stuff. It's not like that. Don't do this to me, Damien. Like we didn't get any of that.
You're not my
mother. Yeah. So it's sucking bone marrow, man. It's a mess. I mean, it was, this movie should have been directed by James Wan. He could have done something special with it with the same story, give him the same story. He'll give us some characters we care about. We'll feel the impact of the exorcism, of the possession, I should say. This is one of the worst possession / exorcist movies I've ever seen. Like it's bone marrow.
Ouch. And you know what? Even the director of When Evil Lurks could have cracked a
easy. Yeah, oh yeah. One of the best horror directors out there. Hugely underrated. But this just kind of fits. I would have loved to see James Wan tackle this IP, because he did such a good job with it in Insidious, kind of the same deal with Insidious. But what's the thing about Insidious, Conjuring? We like the characters in those. They tell a story. They give arcs.
And
there's
a reason to care about them when they get possessed.
Exactly. So, but this didn't have any of that, and I was disappointed because I thought, I didn't have expectations for it, but I wanted it to be good. The trailer was good. It's still one of the better trailers of the year, but movie sucked.
No, I agree with that. But Brad, when I saw this poster's face, I wasn't a believer. And I'm still not a believer, folks. So, Brad, I'll join you, folks, sucking bone marrow because I'm a huge fan of the original, The Exorcist from '73. So I had a lot of high expectations in this movie, and it just unfortunately did not deliver. Brad, when we texted about this movie earlier, you used the best word. This movie had potential. I will give it that. It had potential, and the kind of like the middle, like just like after the opening scene, and then when things kind of get started, I kind of like the build up towards that. But after the little girl's return, yeah, it's just a total mess, and all the potential went out the window. Some of the story decisions, especially with one character in particular, I just absolutely did not like.
Chris?
I almost walked out the theater because
Dude.
it pissed me off that bad. But just in
What?
case, if no one's seen it because it came out on Peacock today, let's make it non-spoiler. But Brad, I appreciate you knowing exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah. I mean, I that's not spoiling. That was a disaster. Golly, man,
Yeah, it was
was
not
just
good. And I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, Brad's just hating it because of David Gordon Green." No, it wasn't because of that. This movie kind of helps solidify of my opinions of David Gordon Green. He should stick back to his original roots versus tackling can't talk. Legacy movies and adding unnecessary sequels to them.
Now this was his worst movie, I think, that I've seen.
Oh, by
All
far.
the Halloween movies like that he did,
This makes Halloween Ends look good.
I think all that whole trilogy, like for each, like it works for what they are. They could have been better, but 2018 was a banger. The other two work. I mean, I love Halloween Ends. Kills works for what it is. This was just, I don't know. It was a fucking mess. It's like, dude, like they pulled some Yahoo out here to direct it. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the studio I don't know. It was a mess. Blumhouse usually doesn't get too involved, I don't think, with their shit, but it was, I don't know.
Man, yeah. Brooke, I am language. Nah, I'm just kidding. I know what she meant. And so I absolutely agree with that. And Brad, I think with the poll, we are done with this one as well. For Thanksgiving, 64% go on the side of totally killer, which again, I respect that.
Yeah, dude. Which one was that again that we did?
For Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. I'm good with that. That's a good spot for it.
Man, are we going to have someone get invited to the ham party?
Oh, there's a couple people that might be nominated at least. I don't.
Oh, I know one particular movie you're thinking of that's going to add to that list. But let's see. You picked The Exorcist Believer, right?
I did, yeah.
All right. Let's just bring a little fun for this next pick here. Let's talk about good old Cocaine Bear, because we did a video way early on the channel this year about the real story about Cocaine Bear, because it actually hits quite home to where me and Brad live. So it's kind of crazy just to see this movie on screen. It didn't necessarily land it as I hoped it would land, but I still had a decent time with it. So I was a little disappointed in it. So just to go quickly on this movie, because there's not that much to talk about, Ellie's Eggs for me.
I'd suck some bone marrow. It's one of the I'm not going to see it. Like it wasn't fun enough with this concept, and like it just it didn't do there. Okay. No, it's still bad. There was one amazing scene in the movie that just had me freaking LOLing, that ambulance scene and stuff.
Yeah.
But dude, I'm never gonna. I'm not gonna watch this movie ever again. I have no interest in doing it. I mean, I'm going with the bone marrow. We can put a poll on it. I'm good with that.
Actually, no. I'll join you on this one. I don't think we need a poll for this one. It's not poll worthy enough.
Yeah, it was just bad. I mean, it did. Okay. Let's do a poll.
Okay, fine. We'll do a poll.
Yeah.
So, Cocaine Bear, get back there.
Yeah.
So let's see here and address our chat real quick while I get this going here.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are talking about Pablo Escobar and stuff. People like it. I mean, like, here's the thing. Here's where it differs from The Exorcist, is that no, I still think that blows ass. I mean, but since you did Ellie's Eggs, there's some love for it in the chat. Let's do a poll. Let's see where it lands out. For sure.
All right, so I got Ellie's Eggs and Sucking Bone, so, because I want to go type out Barrow.
Oh, that's fine, dude. Bone suck. Bone suck is
Bone
ready.
sucking.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, okay, I picked Cocaine Bear. So, Brad, go ahead with our next pick here.
The Boogeyman. Oh, the Boogeyman.
Okay, interesting that you picked this one. So, what do you think? What do you fear about the Boogeyman?
So, this is one of those, man. I was watching. I was like, this is pretty good. I know it kind of. I feel like it got a decent amount of buzz when it came out.
With
But
that first
honestly,
trailer.
yeah, honestly, I just didn't really care that much for it though. Like it was, um, like it was decent. I could get through it. I wasn't like super bored watching it, but it just was very meh. Like it didn't really do much. Again. I don't have any interest in watching it. I'm going Ellie's Eggs for that one, man.
Ellie's Eggs. I'll join you on that one because again, like the trailer did its job, so it got me to the theater. But it did have some good moments to it. But what really hurts this movie for me, it's kind of the same thing that I had talked about Cobweb from earlier. The actual boogeyman, I felt like they showed way too much of the boogeyman in this movie. And I even told Brad that the way that you can instantly make this movie from like a 2 to a 4 out of 5 is play with the whole psychological game, or as Dave McCrae says, theater of the mind. Just you imagining what you think that the boogeyman looks like versus just giving us what the boogeyman looks like. I feel like they could have had such a great idea if they go around that route. But the one they choose it's not the worst, but it's definitely not the best. So I just put it at Ellie's Eggs.
Yeah, it just didn't do a whole lot for me, man. So yeah, I like that. I like that.
Alrighty. So Brad, do you mind if I go with another banger here?
Go ahead, man. Whip it out.
Let's do it. And we actually named a particular tier because of this movie. It's the one that came out of left field on Amazon Prime back in October for October release. That's totally killer, man. And I'll easily let you guys know this movie is absolutely totally killer for me. Just because the lead actress in this movie, I've seen her work in the Sabrina Netflix show and some other things too, but this one totally stands her out. And I just have a really good time with the character that she presents us. The Sweet 16 Killer, that is such a cool concept for this movie. It deals with time travel. So anytime you got like time travel in a horror movie, you're going to get my attention to it. And they just had a lot of fun with it, mixing the 2020s with the 90s. And me and Brad are 90s kids. So we're always going to have a totally killer good time with that. Well, actually, but hold on, man. Is it the 90s or is that another movie I'm thinking of?
I don't know. I was thinking 80s, but 90s might be right.
Okay, it's somewhere between 70. Oh no, it's the 80s, Brad, because of the clothing they wear, because they made an 80s joke. So that's what it
Yeah.
was. So came from the 80s. My apologies. I still like the 80s though. So when you mix the 80s with the 2020s, it's such a fun idea and a such concept. Witty writing to this as well. So to me, it gets totally killer.
Yeah, I agree. I actually this was for as far as a stream movie goes. I mean, this is about as good as it gets, man. It was absolutely fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
And
sorry.
and yeah,
Sorry, I thought you had more.
well, no, you talked. I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously the time travel stuff was a cool element. A little Back to the Future action in the air. And maybe it spawned another slasher franchise. Maybe it could happen. I could see it coming back. It was very popular. I mean, obviously it ended on a good note, and it doesn't need a sequel. But if they wanted to do one, I'd watch it.
Oh, dude, absolutely. I would watch it as well. Again, with anything with this main actress in it, I forgot her name on the top of my head. But anything she does in the future, I'm gonna absolutely give it a watch just because of her alone. I thought she did a phenomenal job in this
Yeah,
movie.
absolutely.
So let me check the poll here. About 4 minutes ago, 10 votes. So I will go ahead and end it with this at 60% with Cocaine Bear. It gets Ellie's Eggs.
See, I was thinking it might happen, man. I was thinking it might happen. I saw a lot of people in the chat had a good time with it. So
Hey, you know what? And that's awesome. If you have a great time with Cocaine Bear, we are absolutely happy for you.
yeah, I like it.
Oh, and Raymond said Kyrian Shipka.
Yeah, okay, that's right. Okay, yeah, I didn't know her name, but I know that she was great in the movie.
Hell yeah. So, okay. Brad, I picked that one. Are you going to pick us a banger, or are we just going to get some of these, the rest of these just like, meh, one's out of the way?
I will pick a let's see. It's kind of hard to see, but I think I
Oh,
know.
sorry. Let me,
No, you're
there you
good.
go.
I could see the tops of them, so it was cool. Okay. My next pick I'll do a banger, but this one let's go ahead and knock out. Let's do Missing. I enjoyed this movie quite
Okay.
a bit. Yeah, I liked it quite a bit. It was obviously a sequel to Searching, but not related to it. It's kind of the same, just kind of deal. Um, but it was the same style, I should say. It was good. Like, here's the thing about it. Like, when you're watching it, you're on the edge of your seat the whole time. Like, you're up on there. You're really into it. You can't wait to figure out, how it's going to turn out at the end. And I thought it did a good job of keeping that interest throughout. But it's also one of those. It's like, are you ever going to go back and watch it again? Probably not. If you do, it's going to be a while. I haven't seen Searching again since it came out, kind of because of the same thing. It's like,
Hmm.
it loses its appeal after you see the movie and you get through that ride. But I thought the main girl in it was great. And I'd go shopping on Black Friday. I think I'd put it right there in the middle.
Okay. I'll actually meet you there.
And it's kind
The
of yeah,
main,
yeah.
no, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, nah, I was gonna go on. Nah, yeah, you go ahead.
It just left your brain, didn't it?
Yeah,
No, it's all good, man. But no, this the girl you're talking about, Brad. I thought she had a pretty solid year this year because she did this movie Missing, and she was also the nun's assistant in The Nun 2.
The
And I
Last of Us
really
too,
enjoyed. Do what?
and The Last of Us as well. She was in there.
Oh yeah, she was in the dude. Which guys, The Last of Us, though, that's a banger too. But yeah, she had a phenomenal year this year, and definitely this was her standout performance from Missing. If we're talking in terms of movie, if we're talking about overall, it'll definitely be The Last of Us with that one little episode she did.
Yeah.
But Missing, though, Brian, you pretty much nailed all the contents. That was my main thought, that this movie is great for a one-time viewing. Anything after that, because after everything that's going on, it's hard to rewatch it. So you have to kind of like take an interpretation to that. So easily a shopping on Black Friday for me as well.
Yeah, hell yeah. I like it for that.
So I thought we had a poll. And Brother Fluff, you have a great weekend, buddy.
Yeah, man. See you later. Good to see you.
So let's see here. You picked Missing. Let's see here. And I know, again, guys, just as a reminder, The Fall of the House of Usher is on here, but we're not going to cover it because it's a TV show or a Netflix series. But if we had our choice real quick, Brad, we obviously know where this is going.
I'd take it to the hand party, dude. I mean,
Absolutely. So
it
not
was,
even close.
yeah, it was great.
So you can even say this movie was sick. Speaking of sick,
Ah,
let's go over his freaking sick over here. Our boy Kevin Williamson back at it again, bring us another solid banger. Definitely sick. Had a very interesting open, and had interesting characters in this as well, because this was like the first horror movie that really tackled on the global bastard issue. And I thought they did a very solid job with everything. Just the third act, just kind of wasn't the best. Like, it didn't land the best for me, but I still had a solid time with it. But it has been going down just because other bangers from this year have been rocking it. So sick for me. It's a shopping on Black Friday.
yeah, I'll meet you there with it. It's just kind of an average, like, it's another good slasher movie that came out this year. Had some good moments. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. Um, the characters were good. They were fine for what it was, and yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a good kind of isolated, uh, you know, home invasion movie. Really, at the end of the day, it was solid.
Hell yeah. So solid choice for shopping on Black Friday for sick. So Brad, what's your next pick, my friend?
Okay, I said the next movie would be a banger for me, so let's make it a banger, man. Let's talk about, um, no, 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 Evil Dead. No, no, let's do When Evil Lurks. Let's do When Evil Lurks.
Ah,
Let's do that.
okay. I know what you're up to.
I know. I'm just not ready to commit myself to it yet. But When Evil Lurks is one that it came out, got a lot of buzz. I jumped on it pretty quick because I was seeing all these videos about it and stuff. I was like, let's check it out. And you know, it's the same director that did Terrified, which is, you know, it's on that list of scariest horror movies of all time, the scientific list that we talked about before. Terrified, I remember watching. I remember it was, you know, it had some great moments in it. The opening was really sick and stuff. Um, you know, I don't remember too much about, you know, where the story went in that one because it's been a while. But this one I really, really loved. It had some great examples of suspense in it. It was done to perfection with that. It had some really nasty, gruesome, gory, you know, shit in here as well. And dude, it had one of the best jump scares I think I've ever seen. And it was also like the pinnacle moment of like, you know, the suspense that built up to it was really epic as well. I want to kind of put it at Hand Party. But do I want to?
We could do a poll because I'm kind of like right on the fence of you on that one.
Yeah, I'm right up there, man. I'm thinking about slapping it up there. I'm good with a poll if you want to do a poll.
Yeah,
I think
because
if I
I'm
had
with
to
you
pick,
because it could go either way with me too.
if I had to just commit to it and I had to pick, I'd probably go totally killer. But
Same.
it's like it's right there. Like I could also like depending, you know, right when I watched, I would have put it at the top.
Yes. So let me make a poll real quick, and then I will talk about it. But Brad, I am right with you on that.
Yeah, it's just one of those. It's such a like a dark and twisted movie, which is good. I love that. But it's like it, you know, you really don't want to go back and watch it again. I mean, at least not. I mean, I do, but I don't at the same time. It's going to take a minute. But as far as direction goes and everything, you know, the scares, and all, like it's honestly, it's one of the best horror movies of the year, without a doubt. So I think it deserves to be in Hand Party. But let's see what the people think. I'm done with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to address two things in the chat real quick. Let me refresh the page here. Melissa says one movie I've never seen is Freaky. If you're talking about the Blumhouse one, Freaky is a really fun time, and I highly suggest you give that a watch. Like, because I feel like those are the type of movies that Blumhouse should be making, other than like making requels and sequels.
Hey man, yeah, that's their forte, man. But they're whatever. They're into they make a lot of money, so they do whatever.
You know what? That is so very true. And Rosie says no one will save you on this tier list. And Rosie, my dear, just for you, after I get done with Evil Lurks, we will cover that one next just for you.
Yes. Is there anything you would like to add about When Evil Lurks, Freddie?
No, you hit most of the major points when Evil Lurks. I love the mood and atmosphere to this movie. I love the practical effect work that they did. And this movie will definitely be mentioned in a lot of like holy shit or what the fuck moments at the Real Horror Awards, because this is definitely a movie that offers those type of moments. And I am on the same page with you, Brad. Definitely has one of the greatest jump scares of all time. When you make me pause the movie because I got scared so much for a particular scene, you did something right in your movie, and I absolutely give it all the credit in the world for doing that. It's just a little bit towards the third act of the movie. It loses me a little bit, not much, but it's still very entertaining to me. But it's just some different things and like understanding wasn't clear on certain things. So when Evil Lurks, for me, if I have to pick between the two, I personally go with Totally Killer, but I have no issue letting the audience pick.
Yeah, I'm good with that, and I agree. The third act for me, I wasn't quite as into. Like I don't know.
It's just I feel like something was missing. I can't describe it. I just feel like something was missing.
Yeah, I concur. And it's really not. I don't know. It's not really fair to the movie, but I feel like having to read the subtitles, stuff gets lost in translation and the performance.
That's another thing too.
Like it's like you can read it and you can understand what's going on, but you don't get the full performance. You don't get all of that because it's just like you're focused on that. But I don't know. At the end of the day, it was freaking scary and gross and nasty and everything you want to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I hate to judge a movie based off subtitles and all that, but I agree with you. When you get me to read, when you get me to read subtitles versus actually watch this on screen, you're going to miss certain details about a movie, and it sucks. But you gotta again, you gotta judge it for what they offer you, and that's what they offer me as subtitles, and it hurts it a little bit.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's just not that it makes the movie any better or worse because it is what it is, but it's just like as a viewer from another country that is not in the native country that it was made, it just you lose. Something's always lost in the translation, you know. So, but
Exactly. So, but Brad, we won't count this one as our between the me and you picks here, because again, Rosie brought it up. So let's talk about "No One Will Save You," Brad. If you want to go ahead and address that.
yeah, I like this. This was a unique concept because there's not a line of dialogue in the whole movie, which is interesting. At least I don't think I know there wasn't for most. I don't know if anything ever popped up at
Very
the end.
few in between.
Yeah, but it was. So I've never seen a movie quite like that. So that was and it took me like 10, 15 minutes. Like nobody said anything yet. And it kept kind of riding that out. It was a cool, I mean, it was a cool ass movie. Um, you know, a good alien like invasion kind of deal. It didn't get too tied up in that. It just kind of really focused on the story of the main girl here. Performance was really good. So I would probably put it shopping on Black Friday. It didn't do quite enough for me to get super excited about it, but I had a really damn good time with it.
Okay. And this is going I'll go ahead and let you know this is going to be another poll because this is going to be totally killer for me because this one I heard the rumblings of this movie and then I heard it was going to come on Hulu, so I added it very high on the watch list and I was very satisfied. Definitely a different take on the house invasion movie when you're getting aliens involved. And one of my big worries in alien movies is like, oh, are they going to show the alien how CGI as fuck is it and all that? Honestly, I thought the CGI was great in this movie. I thought they did a great job not showing the aliens as much or like a big, like clear viewing of these aliens, especially at the beginning. And I like the creature design of these aliens as well. So I thought all that was solid. But the little negative I have is a little bit the third act just kind of went way out there for me. That kind of lost focus of what it was trying to do. And I didn't have a problem with no dialogue. Trust me, there's another movie I watched recently that had no dialogue, and it was just it is what it is. So for this one in particular, I was really impressed. No One Will Save You, totally killer.
I mean, I'll join you with that, man. I don't care. I like it.
Okay.
I mean, I like it enough. It was kind of close. Yeah, it was a unique concept that I dug. So yeah, I'm good with that.
Nice. So let me go ahead and check the poll real quick. We need a couple more votes. It is tied right now at 50% with 4 votes, and we got 14 people watching. So if you have not voted yet, it's just a click of a button, and it will help us determining where the friggin' When Evil Lurks where it belongs.
Oh, tiptoes through the window.
Wrong movie.
I'm just saying, it's lurking though.
It is. Hey, it always lurks, man. So let's see here, Brad. You selected When Evil Lurks. So Rose, is that you selected When Evil Lurks, right?
Correct. Yeah, correct.
Okay, so then when Rosie did, No One Will Save You. So it'll be my pick here, and the next pick here, we're gonna go with Hell House LLC Origins of the Carmichael Manor. First off, if anybody knows me, Hell House LLC is one of my absolute favorite found footage flicks of all time for the horror genre. And this one is easily made its way into my top 5 because this movie is definitely one of the scariest movies I've seen this year. Is it one of the best movies this year? No. But is it one of the scariest movies this year? I say absolutely. So they balance themselves out with those two statements I just made. So I'm comfortable in putting this in the shopping on Black Friday.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I think it got a little I wouldn't say, I mean, it got a little overhyped maybe, but I mean,
maybe a tad.
It's definitely the best, like, it was the best Hell House movie since the first one. I've only seen the second one. I didn't watch the third one, but it was good. Like it did a different story. Like honestly though, it wasn't really connected to Hell House at all. I think they just kind of like, I know they did like technically, yeah, they connected the two. They made it, they squeezed it in there. But if this was a standalone movie, and you didn't do that connection, like there wasn't really anything about the haunted house. You know what I mean? Like it just like they kind of forced a connection so they could use the Hell House name is kind of what I got out of it. But
Yeah,
I enjoyed the hell.
kind of a lazy connection.
Yeah, I mean, but I enjoyed it. I mean, it was definitely scary as hell. It had some good moments in there. It went on a little bit long for me at the end, but yeah, obviously they had some creepy shit in there. So yeah, I enjoyed it enough. I'll put it there in the middle for sure.
Yeah, and kind of this poster right here, it kind of does look like our boy Michael Myers. Somebody
Dude,
on
I know.
Netflix pointed that out.
No, every like I kept seeing everybody was sharing this poster around when it first came out. And they're like, "Oh, check this movie out," and I was like, "Why the fuck is Michael Myers from Halloween 2 on? Like, is this some kind of Halloween documentary or something?" And then I read the title.
Hey, Carmichael. So technically, Michael's in it.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, it was good though. I like the house that it was filmed in and stuff. It was just a creepy atmosphere and the clown was pretty creepy always. It just it was good. It was good. I'll just leave it at that.
Hell yeah. And we're still at 4 votes, Brad, 50-50 for When Evil Lurks. So by the time we do our next potential poll, that's when we'll end that poll.
Yeah, we can decide on it. I'm good with it if we need to, but we can let it cook for a minute.
And Brooks says hibachi is all cooked in front of you unless if you get sushi. Brad knows all about freaking sushi time.
Sushi hibachi, I'm your man. That's my
Dude.
favorite.
I always appreciate Brad because he got me to love the ways of life of the hibachi and the shrimp sauce.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, you douse it on there, man. I need some
Dude.
hibachi in my life.
Dude,
Man.
I could freaking dude, me too. Dead gummit. God, that
Damn.
sounds so good.
Yeah.
Brad, let me go ahead and knock out this last movie here. Oh no, sorry, it's not even my pick. What am I doing? Inconsiderate prick of me. So, Brad, next movie.
Dude, I think we had the same idea. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dark Harvest.
Yeah, okay, bingo.
Because let's just go ahead and get that one off the list. And get it out of here. It was cool. It had some nice cinematography. I thought that was one of the highlights of the movie. It had a very fall vibe to it, so I appreciate it for that. Obviously, it's kind of set on Halloween and stuff, so that's always cool. At the end of the day, it's not one that I loved. It was fine. I got through it. I'm gonna go Ellie's Eggs on it. It was just, it just wasn't that great for me at the end of the day. But I wasn't bored.
Yeah, I'll meet you right there as well. And you hit all the main topics I wanted to cover. Great fall movie, great Halloween movie because again, it's set in Halloween. And the cinematography was really well done. So I agree with all that. So I guess I'll talk about the negatives. The majority of the characters I wasn't a fan of, or I didn't
Right.
care less about. And then the main negative is the creature design. I did not like the creature whatsoever. It makes sense later on when you get down to the nitty gritty of this movie, but just to me overall, the movie's just meh. Like not the worst of the worst, but not the best of the best. So Ellie's Eggs for me as well.
Yeah, dude, totally. I like that spot for it.
So all right, let me do my calculations real quick. If I'm the next pick, so okay, Brad, we get 2 each, so this is good news. So let me go ahead. So we got our 4 bangers left. So let's go ahead and get down to one of the ones that pretty much has been making the most noise within the franchise right now, currently. Let's talk about Scream 6, my friend.
Dude, yeah, let's bring it up.
Dude, let's freaking bring it up. And man, first off, what an amazing idea from the Scream franchise to go to New York to show Jason Takes Manhattan how it's supposed to be done. And Scream just hit all the freaking check marks and way much more. I thought they used the New York setting excellent without overdoing it on some things. We get more of the core 4 in this movie, and we develop their characters for us to care about them more. So I love that. Gail Weathers is a badass chick in this. And of course, let's talk about the big standout in this and the return of freaking Kirby, man. I loved her return, and I felt like they could have used more Kirby just to kind of help out with this movie. But it's just overall, it's just great to have her back, especially with how everything turned down in Scream 4, how she just came out left field of a lovable character. Third act gets a little bit wonky, but I love this movie so damn much, and it's always going to just get my love and attention within the franchise. So this one definitely is an end fight. I would give it the personal hand fight. Use my strong hand to the hand party.
Yeah, I agree, man. I love the shit out of it. When it came out, when I was watching that movie, I had a smile on my face the whole time. It was just, it popped up to my second favorite Scream movie. I still put it there.
Me too.
Yeah, it was, the setting was fantastic. Like you said, they really nailed that. The post, look at that sexy ass poster down there too.
Real horror award nominee.
Brutal ass Ghostface, man, slaying fools left and right, but not really though, because the success rate was pretty low percentage wise. Not very good. Didn't get a lot of kills. I would have liked to see more kills in the movie, but when they did kill people, it was brutal. People
well, if one particular character died, I would have gotten that prediction right.
Dude, now that's the thing about
bastard.
That's the thing about Scream 6, man. Like, and we could probably do a whole show on this or a video. It's like if they would have known now what they know now, or known then what they know now, that these the Carpenter sisters are not going to be returning.
Good idea.
What would they do with it, man? Would they like this movie to me would have been 5 out of 5 if they would have done some epic ass shit at the end, And again,
I know what you're talking about too.
Yeah, just something, something that's like, holy shit, they just went there, but they didn't. They were, they played it safe, and that's one thing that held it back from me a little bit and was disappointing. And no, I wasn't with somebody who was asking for Stu to come back or anything crazy. I just wanted something epic. I wanted something that was really going to make you say, holy shit, holy fuck, hallelujah, where's the Tylenol? Like somebody said earlier.
It's Gavin.
So, but it didn't do that. The ending was a little underwhelming. But yeah, I do wonder now if they would have done something different if they knew the characters weren't going to come back for Scream 7. You could have done some crazy ass shit. But yeah, either way, it is what it is. It's still one of my favorite horror movies of the year. One of my favorite horror or movie theater experiences of the year as well, watching this movie. So yeah, Take it to the hand party.
Nice. And this was my first movie too that I got to experience in 4DX. I know it's not the most solid choice like for your first movie in 4DX, but when the freaking when blood gets splattered and the water shoots in my face, making it the blood, how could you not have a freaking good time with that? So I had a great 4DX experience with this movie. So yeah, definitely it gets our first welcome to the hand party.
Hell yeah, dude. What happened when that chick fell off the ladder? Did
my seat just like jerked immediately hard to the left. Kind of like that freaking wooden roller coaster where I saw all the stars in Dollywood.
I remember seeing Top Gun Maverick on 4DX, man.
You lucky bastard.
That was the perfect one because that even in regular X, or in regular D, I should say, that movie it felt like a damn theme park ride, even with no motion. Then we go back in the 4DX, it really felt like something special. But Tom Cruise got thrown out of the bar at one point in the movie, and it gave us a nice little punch in the back when he got hit on the ground. So that was kind of cool. I like that.
Nice. So guys, real quickly, the hashtag of the night is the real D.
Regular D.
Regular D. I apologize. Hashtag regular D. So go ahead and put that real quickly as we tackle these last two movies of the night. So, excuse me, we got 3 more movies. Excuse my filthy mouth. So, Brad, what movie are we picking? Is it time to talk about it?
Let's do it. Saw X. Let's talk about Saw X.
Yes.
This shit's my favorite. Break it down.
Degeneration X.
Listen, man, when they announced Saw X, after Spiral, and they said, "Oh, Spiral is no longer a thing." I mean, it's still a thing, but it's like, we're not going to follow up Spiral. We're going to go back between Saw 1 and Saw 2, and John Kramer's coming back. And I was like, what the fuck are they like? They have no direction with this franchise anymore. They have, they're going everywhere. They're doing like the Jigsaw thing, then Spiral, and now this 3 different completely stories, time frames and whatnot. I was like, I didn't have faith in it. I thought John Kramer, I thought Tobin Bell, he's pushing 80 now. I was like, he's not going to have it anymore. Boy, was I wrong, man. This guy came in. He still has it. This guy nailed it. This is one of my favorite performances of the year. My favorite Tobin Bell performance in a Saw movie here. It's the best story that you'll see in the whole franchise without question. It's not even close. It's the best, obviously it's the best characters you'll see in the whole franchise without question, not even close. Like you have arcs in there. You got, actual, characters being built up here. Amanda was great. It's the Saw sequel I never thought we would get, but I'm so glad that we did. because it's the first time in 10 movies that John Kramer actually gets his own movie and everything. He's the protagonist of this movie. He's not the antagonist. He's not the villain of this movie. He's the protagonist. It's a very different spin. It kind of gives it like a revenge kind of vibe to it, kind of like not to the same extent, but it's kind of when I was watching it, it reminded me of like I Spit on Your Grave and Last House on the Left at the end when the bad guys are getting fucked up. You're like, oh hell yeah, let's do this. Kind of the same vibe. So yeah, I mean, I love the shit out of it. I've seen it 3 times.
Nice.
So it's going ham party. It's my favorite horror movie of the year. And as a Saw fan, this thing, it feels like almost like it shouldn't exist, but it's probably the best story-based movie in the franchise.
It definitely is the best story based, but mainly, are you really invested into this franchise for the story? You're pretty much there for the traps, which again, it's kind of a shame on this whole franchise for going into that direction with the traps, especially with the first 3 movies. I thought was actually a damn very good trilogy and they would have stopped. So I was nervous about this movie about, instead of going forwards, we're going to go backwards. But however, when I got to watch this movie in the theater, I enjoyed the shit out of it. We get a very great traps, which I never expected to get great traps in this one. The freaking the wire one definitely is now considered one of my favorite traps of all time. I thought it was brutal, sick, and the sound design in this movie is fantastic when they do the traps for the sound effects. And of course, like you said, Brad, John Kramer, Tobin Bale knocks it out the damn park, which I agree he would be on the protagonist nominee list. Definitely. Well, at least I hope so. We got see if our committee freaking gets that in the gear. They agree with us. But Brad, for you, though, I don't think this is necessarily a hand party for me. I think this is totally killer for me. So we definitely need to challenge this into the poll.
Challenge it, man. Let's hear what the people think.
And we can finally end the When Evil Lurks poll because we did get that one more vote. So it's going to be totally killer for When Evil Lurks.
I like it. I'm good with it because that's kind of the direction I was leaning anyway. Like I said, if I had to pick, that's where I would have put it.
Nice. So, Brad, get some comments while I get this poll here because I think Chris just got done watching Strays.
Yeah, good timing, man. We're putting a poll out for Saw X right now, which tier it's going to go into. Myself, I put it in a hand party. I love the shit out of it.
Well, you know where Chris is going to put it.
I do. I don't know. I mean, I think he liked it. I don't think he liked it. He doesn't. It's not quite up there as high as it is for me. I don't think, but I think he's still gonna. Hopefully, you'll be with me, Chris, because I need some help, dude. I need to get this movie up in the top tier, man. I love it. But yeah. So let's see what else we got going on here. Blu-ray said Saw 11 will probably also be a midquel. You're probably right. I mean, with the success of Saw X, what else are you gonna do? Go back to Spiral now? You can't do that. That's gonna be weird.
Keep that movie's name out your fucking mouth.
I need more Chris Rock in the Saw franchise, though, man.
I really do, because I actually want to see where that goes next, honestly, because with such a cliffhanger ending, I gotta see where it goes next,
dude. And that's what's great about it too, about Spiral, not related to 2023 in the slightest, but when you talk about Spiral, though, the ending of it, I'm always clamoring for one of these killers to get the fuck away and set up the sequel. And that's what I've been asking for a Scream to do that. Spiral did it, but then there was no sequel. So in that case, it kind of fucking
because it came out in the Global Bastard era and it hurt the box office numbers. So unfortunately, that's why we did not get one.
Yeah, it didn't help, man.
No, damn bastards. So this is gonna be interesting of what I need to pick here next.
Yeah, man. A couple good options on there, man.
You know what? I'll go with one of my favorite experiences because I loaded up on this movie with the popcorn, with the bunch of crunch, my favorite drink. I get to eat all of that delicious snacks while also being a movie using a particular cheese grater in very unique ways. Would you like some skin on your Parmesan? Say when.
Always. Yeah, always.
I'm talking about freaking Evil Dead Rise. And guys, this movie is bonkers. And but this movie I feel like it's going to go down in horror movie history because it's you the fans that put this movie into the theater. First it's going to be released straight to streaming, which at the time that is HBO Max. But the power of the voice of the horror community. We got to put this movie in theater, and damn, I'm glad we did because it absolutely deserved to be in the theater. I had an amazing time with this movie, and because it dared challenge it. Like the fifth entry within the franchise of Evil Dead, we need to go outside the box. And what better way to get outside the box by doing it on a freaking high rise? Get out of the cabin in the woods like setting and do something very different. We haven't had anything this different since Army of Darkness, which that's a fun time too. But with the high rise though, we get very good characters between Beth and Ellie, sisters. And of course, you know, Ellie gets possessed and Beth has to freaking save the day and everything. Or not save the day, but freaking survive. This movie is absolutely brutal, but the practical effects in this movie was spectacular. And I just had so much fun with this movie from beginning to end. I love this movie. And I'll be honest with you, I don't mind putting this at the freaking hand party as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I'll meet you at Totally Killer if you want to do it, but I'm just saying, like, hand party is rightfully so too.
That's the direction I'm leaning as the hand party. I don't know for whatever reason. Like I love the movie.
Nice.
Like it's definitely like it definitely wasn't disappointing. It definitely met my expectations. It was, in a lot of ways, it maybe exceeded them a little bit. It was great. But I just like once I saw it, it didn't really stick with me, man. I just like I really. I haven't watched it again. I probably need to. Maybe after I do, it'll go.
I do too.
Yeah, but Totally Killer for me, man. For that one, I think is.
Oh, you're going to go Totally Killer, so I apologize. So let me it yeah, we're gonna have to pull that one because I feel like that has a chance to be hand party.
Yeah, that's where I would go. It hasn't completely resonated with me the way that I thought it would when I watched it. Like I just haven't really thought back. Honestly, I kind of forgot about how the movie even goes. You know, thinking back on it, like I remember. I mean,
They
obviously, I
found the
remember.
book in the basement.
Yeah,
Used to
you know,
get
I remember
banged,
all
blah blah
that,
blah.
but it was banging. Like it was. I'm definitely glad I went to theaters. I'm glad I saw it on the big screen. But yeah, I think Totally Killer for me.
This comment right here says it all, and I will absolutely say this: best title card, not in just the horror movie genre, but of all time, the absolute best title card.
Yeah, it would definitely make its way on the list for sure. I think it's yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. So, Brad, I need one more vote with Salt X. So, with that in mind, we're down to our last movie. I'll just go ahead and agree with you and just go put it at Totally Killer. I have no issue with it as well.
Okay.
Just so because we need that one more vote with Saul X. And let's get this question real quick from Melissa. And then we'll get to our last movie of the night. Do you guys know each other in real life or just on this live channel? Brett. We know each other in real life too. I can't stand the fucker when I have to see him in person, but when we do, it's always a
Yeah.
good time.
Oh, don't lie, Birdie. You love it. You love it. It's the
Of
best.
course, especially
It's
when we do the skits. That's where we have our most fun. But no, we went to high school with each other, so we've known each other for a very long time.
shit, yeah. Well, since
10
like
plus years. God, that's
yeah,
crazy.
no,
You decided to
it's
be
been
my friend. You still keep
dude.
me as your friend for 10 plus years.
It goes back
You
to fifth
psycho.
grade. It goes back to fifth grade. It goes way past high school. It goes to I remember Wesley Woods, the Batman or the Batman out the window.
Oh my gosh. God,
Yeah.
That's just for a drunk stream in the future, that story.
That's probably what fifth grade. I don't how old
Sixth
were we?
grade, actually, if we're going to be technical. It's sixth grade.
Well, we probably still went to the same school in fifth grade too, though. So I mean,
Well, it's the same school. Regardless, folks, yeah, Wesley Woods, we had a good time with it. Crazy
Yeah.
shit happened.
yeah, I did.
Especially when one of our classmates then went to the girls' dorm and he got kicked out. So
Immediately.
immediately. So alrighty. Oh my gosh, Rosie. Evil Dick Rice.
I
Available on Good Will
like
Hunting's
that.
Only fan page.
I like that, dude. I like that a lot.
Oh, Chester, buddy, watch it.
Yeah, dude, check it
Watch it
out.
immediately.
It's a banger, man. It's hella good.
Yeah, it's a hell of a good time.
Definitely
So
watch this.
Chester,
Like, yeah.
do it this weekend. Do it now.
Let me tell you this: if you got your popcorn in the microwave and you pour it in the bowl, you put butter on it, jalapenos, whatever you like, in your, it doesn't matter. And you're sitting there, and you're like, should I watch Evil Dead Rise or should I watch The Pope's Exorcist? I think you definitely go Evil Dead Rise, 100%.
Dude,
Don't even think about it. Just jump into it. Don't think, just do.
Absolutely. And Mega Cat, if we will get down to the last movie of the night, always have fun in there. Love the show and meeting other drunk people, or I'm going to say drunk people that love food grilled in front of them. Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%, man. Always a good time. Always a good time.
All right, Brett, let me check the poll. We're still at 4 votes with Salt X. So, guys, please get in your votes because me and Brad are going to have to fight to the death, and none of us want to die, especially
I
me.
will strap Birdie in a chair and make him rip his brain out.
No, he'll put me in the freaking full Nelson and slam me into a locker.
Damn it, Birdie.
No, okay, I'm joking. You know I'm joking. But let's talk about the last movie, though, Brad. Talk to me.
Yeah, do talk to me.
Well, no, I asked you first to talk to me.
That's true. You did Evil Dead Rise. Yeah, this movie's great. I kind of think that it was a little bit overhyped when it came out. It kind of had this. Okay, not that it's bad, but I think it kind of had the Smile effect for me. You know, when Smile came out, everybody was like, "Oh, this movie's the best movie." Like, it's so good, it's fantastic. And then I watched it, I'm like, it's good, but it's not like amazing. It's not like, holy shit, where's this movie been my whole life? You know, it doesn't have that effect on me. This kind of was the same. I like this more than Smile. I think it's better than that. But yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it's one of the better horror movies of the year for sure. I like the main character. I like the story that it tells. I like all that stuff. It does a really good job. All the characters in general were good in this movie. It's not going to go top tier, but I'd give it totally killer, man. I really enjoyed it.
Alrighty, just to look at that list real quick, and I'm going to agree with you, Brad. I'm going to put this at totally killer as well because I love the concept of this movie of Talk to Me. Just the main thing this movie deals with is like 2 things. The first thing that I definitely notice about this movie, it deals with kind of like the side of depression. So if you kind of like unfortunately had the experience of dealing with depression, I feel like y'all can like obviously see what this movie is going for in terms of that. Like, you have to, like, without spoiling anything, you have to watch the movie in order to understand what I'm talking about. So I'll end it at that. And then the other thing is just the freaking trend system. You know, we're in the 2020s. We always do things with the latest trend. And the trend of this one being, hey, let's freaking get possessed and see how long we can freaking go, you know? Just make it a big joke of it until serious shit goes down. And trust me, serious shit does go down in this movie. But I just love the originality of this movie. But just a little bit there's just something else missing. And a little bit, the second act does drag a little bit too long. But the beginning, the first half, or the first third, and the last third, awesome. The second third, just okay. So definitely why it deserves this title of totally killer for me.
I like it.
And Brad, apparently we're gonna have to fight to the death, so because we still got a 4 out of 4. So you know what? Fuck it. It's you. We're having a great day, great stream. I'll give it to you.
Yes. I was like, motherfucker, I was gonna revoke my Scream vote. I was gonna put it all the way down at the bottom. I was gonna say,
we don't want. If I get to have one of my favorite movies on there, we need to have one of your favorite movies on there.
Yeah, it's a thing, man. Yeah, I like going into that movie. I saw that it was fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, right? The word of mouth was good.
One of the best Rotten Tomatoes scores within the whole Saw franchise, I believe.
And I said, and again, I didn't have super high. The trailer was good, but still, I didn't know. I didn't have high expectations. Still, I was looking forward to it, sure, because John Kramer's coming back. It's my boy, right? But then I saw the initial like word of mouth was good, and then I looked at Rotten Tomatoes. It's like 86 or something like mid 80s. I think it was 86, and I was like, well, now wait a minute, a Saw movie is at 86? A Saw movie, really?
Crazy.
And that had me really intrigued, and that kind of upped my expectations a little bit. And I was like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to have high expectations going in this, but I went in there and I was blown away. The whole movie, I was like, holy fuck, this is a real movie. It's not just a, let's slash up some body parts and throw blood everywhere kind of movie, which those are fun too. Don't get me wrong, I love those. But this is a real movie with a story and characters. I was like, oh, fuck, man, I love this shit. For a Saw movie, give me that Saw masterpiece here, that Sawsterpiece, if you will. It was good. It was awesome.
Dude, just kind of like how like your Scream 6 video idea. How about this for a Saw X video idea? What if we did like focus on what Saw X brought to us and brought that at the very beginning of the Saw franchise? Do you think it would be received better?
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I think it was received good now. I don't know. No, I think if we would have done it earlier, if they made this movie back in like 2006 or something, like, is that what you're saying? Or
Yeah, there's just I wouldn't say like 2000. Yeah, you know what? Actually, with the statement I just made, yeah, that's what I was kind of going for. It's just kind of like this, like we actually tell stories and not really focus on the traps. Versus like within the Saw franchise, immediately they found like, oh, we got this idea with torture porn and all that. Let's focus on that versus giving a good story and all that.
no, I don't think it would have worked as well back then. If you would have followed Saul immediately with this movie, I think. I mean, yeah, but no, I think, yeah, I think it needed that break. I think we needed to like end it, like go through that torture porn run of movies,
Phase.
get that out of the way, and then have a break. Have a couple movies that suck, and then kind of pull this in, and that kind of really regrounds the franchise. I think that really is what made it so good. Now, of course, it would have been great if they would have gone back and done this before, because you could have seen Tobin Bell like in his prime in the role, which again, this to me is his best performance, but still, like, how many movies can he make at this age though, from a realistic standpoint?
True.
So it would have been cool to kind of flip that, and kind of see how the franchise would have gone there. But yeah, I mean, I do think, I don't think, for me, I don't know. I feel like without seeing, so at this point when they showed this movie, now we've seen the whole John Kramer story. We've seen him die. We've seen all the flashbacks. We've seen everything. So we know that character well. So now they come back and give us this character-based movie so we can really understand him. If they would have just went from 1 to 2, I think that would have been like 1 to Saul X. I think that would have been a little offsetting, because he's just the villain of the last movie. You don't know him really at all. He popped up in the last, 5 seconds of the movie. So that would have been a little, but actually, I mean, it could have worked, because you go straight into 2, but still at the time he was a villain and it would have felt a little weird. But now him coming back, 15 years down the road, it's a very nice warm welcome. So that was long-winded. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, I know. I was like, where the hell did that come from? I was like, we're supposed to save that for a video.
Yeah. We'll talk more about that. We can talk more about that in that video. That's a good idea.
Dude, that could be a stream idea. It's, again, the what if story.
Yeah, I'd have to think about it a little bit, actually. But I think, at the end of the day, that's a good discussion. I think we could have that.
Hell yeah. Dude, I love it. And Chris, this brings up a good point that Saw 7 is technically the movie based off Traps and story. I agree with that.
And that's why Saw 7 sucks ass. Because it is. Now, I like the story of all the movies, but I mean, like Saw 5, it kind of leans more into the traps.
It's more the cat and mouse thing that saved that movie, not necessarily the story, but
yeah, that's what I love about it, is that story that we get with Hoffman. But then like it spends a lot more times on the traps than it needs to, and that's kind of one of the issues. And Saw 4 is kind of Saw 4 is kind of the same. Saw 4 and Saw 7 are pretty much the same movie, just different characters.
Exactly. Yeah. So I agree on that. And trying to look at the here, they're talking about the official house of strippers for Waffle House.
Hey, I'll take waffle strips.
I could go for an all-star meal right now. Yeah, you know what? I love Waffle House too. I'm not ashamed of that.
Nobody's ashamed of it. No, Waffle House is the GOAT, dude. Like, are you kidding?
Even freaking Alexa was trying to say how much she loved it.
I will take Waffle House over IHOP. Easy. That's not even a question. I will take Waffle House over Cracker Barrel. Easy.
Well, okay. Now hold on. Know your rule.
Listen. Cracker Barrel's gotten out of hand. Okay. They used to give you all this bottomless biscuits, gravy, all this stuff. Now their menu now is it's a little bit different. Waffle House is GOAT. It's the breakfast champion. Like, you get everything. You still have that all-star. There's a waffle. There's bacon. There's eggs.
Open
Cracker Barrel.
24/7.
Cracker Barrel. Listen about Cracker Barrel. You have to sit there and wait for an hour and a half before you even get to sit down. You have to peruse their store for hours.
Get there
before you-
early.
That's the problem. You get there early. It's breakfast time. Everybody's there. So,
Lazy.
give me Waffle House any day over Cracker Barrel.
Oh no, definitely give me the Cracker Barrel with the freaking pancakes and the country ham. That's absolutely delicious. But it is very convenient when I didn't get a good dinner that day. I can always just go to Waffle House and just spend $15 there.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's
And the
it's
hash brown
economical.
game is absolutely banger.
I had Huddle House today, Birdie. Can you believe it? Huddle
Dude,
House.
Huddle House fucking closed down back in our hometown.
I know. I saw that
Replace
last
it
time.
with a
There's
taco.
place.
Replace it with a taco place, which I heard that taco place is great. So you need to hit that up.
But House, whatever house. I mean,
Two
IHOP's
things-
not bad.
It's not, but two things with IHOP. One, I had a bad experience with a waitress named Eileen, so that wasn't a good time. Second, did you get that joke?
I was thinking about a lot of different jokes I was going to throw out there, but I was just going to let you finish the story first.
Well, I finished it. Eileen. It was again Eileen. IHOP, one
Yeah.
leg. But anyways, okay, that sucked. But anyways, my main thing with IHOP, me and my mom both had major food poisoning at IHOP. So I don't hop into that restaurant anymore. So fuck that. Even though
Yeah.
they do have these like pancake tacos now, that really got me curious. But then I always have to remind myself, no, just drive up an hour to Pigeon Forge and just eat at a place called Flapjacks for pancakes.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. The one thing I like about IHOP is that plethora of syrups they give you: blueberry, strawberry, hazelnut, like all that stuff's great. The rest of the eggs aren't that great. None of it's that great. But I'll take Waffle House though all day.
Oh, well, I'll take Cracker Barrel and Waffle House, but it's pretty much neck and neck. They're both, you know what? Just for special privileges here, Waffle House and Cracker Barrel both get the ham party treatment.
Now, yeah, hundo. But it depends. Like, because if you want biscuits and gravy, you want to go to Cracker Barrel. If you want,
Actually, better yet, I would go to Flapjacks for that because they had amazing biscuits and gravy.
well, I mean, between the two, Cracker Barrel.
I
and
know,
Waffle
but
House.
I'm telling you, man, you need to, Log Cabin and Pigeon Forge, Flapjacks. Yeah, see, Brooke knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, dude. There's a Pigeon Forge is loaded with those freaking pancake places, man.
Oh, dude. Oh,
Loaded
better
with it.
yet, remember Chattanooga days, Aretha Frankenstein? They
Yeah,
opened up a restaurant in Knoxville now.
that's gonna be epic, man. I
Dude, we
love
need
it.
to freaking hit that up, dude. I am so excited to get me an elephant waffle again. So,
Yeah, dude.
God. Plus, it's the official place to cure all hangovers too.
I think I'm about to go to Waffle House after this stream here.
You lucky bastard.
just
But
kidding.
yeah, I forgot we were doing a stream here, so we need to go ahead and close out and send all these happy people home. So let's go ahead and do that, even though we've been getting more people tuning in to our breakfast conversation.
That's true, man.
So,
We'll do a freaking breakfast tier one day.
dude, do you know
Might
what?
be on
Hey,
a different show.
Patreon.
Yeah, it could be a good Patreon show. Or
Yeah, so there we go. Plus, we owed the Patreons something extra because our dumbasses forgot to do a Patreon hangout in November. So we are going to make up for that, Patreons and YouTube members.
yeah, absolutely, yeah, for sure.
So we
Maybe
will
we'll
let
just do-
y'all know that. But let's go ahead and close this out, though, Brad. Actually, you know what? I don't feel like closing it out today.
No. Oh, that's a different friend you got there. He's a Tennessee fan.
Shut your fucking mouth. Let me speak. All right, let me go ahead and tell you what's going on. We got Sucking Bone Marrow for The Pope's Exorcist and The Exorcist Believer. So anything Exorcist that came out this year, fuck it. Next one is Ellie's Eggs, and that is going to be for Renfield, The Boogeyman, Cocaine Bear, and Dark Harvest. Just okay movies. Shopping on Black Friday. Hey, wait a minute. Shopping on Black Friday. Five Nights at Freddy's, Megan, Knock at the Cabin, Cobweb, Insidious, The Red Door, Missing, Sick, and Hell House LLC, Origins, The Carmichael Manor. Very solid flicks. Totally Killer, Infinity Pool, Thanksgiving, Totally Killer, No One Will Save You, When Evil Lurks, Evil Dead Rise, and Talk to Me. All Totally Killer moves. Very damn good movies, but just not the best of the best. And then, of course, we have Hand Party, the best of the best, 5 out of 5, Golden Reels, Scream 6, and Saw X. Motherfuckers.
First off, I love it when your real voice pops through. Second off, I don't think none of these movies are 5 out of 5s for me. I'll be honest with you, they're not. But nonetheless, I like the way it all turned out. I feel good about it, and I agree. Anything Exorcist fucks off.
Oh yeah, and now somebody Snyder mentioned freaking French toast, which I've been meaning to try French toast.
You never had French toast.
Nope, never had.
Get yourself
French
the
toast
Shoney's
before.
tomorrow morning, man.
Uh-oh, strawberry pie, hot fudge cake on a Saturday night. Shoney's, your neighborhood, family restaurant.
Yeah,
Family
dude.
neighborhood, family restaurant.
Shoney's.
Dude, we need to be voice actors, man. But guys, that is our freaking tier list. Let us know how we did in the comic section. Again, the link for this particular tearing it up that we did is in the description down below as well. So if you want to fill one out and share it with us, it's just to get our opinions on what your list looks like, go ahead and do it. And tonight was so much fun.
Yeah, it was, man. I always love the tier shows, and looking forward to the rest of the month because we're going to be talking about these 2023 movies a few more times. So keep an eye out for it. Yeah, had fun tonight.
And apparently, French toast is going to change my life, just like that one episode of Walker Texas Ranger did.
Yeah, man. Put some syrup on there, man. It'll be good.
Ooh, dude. So, all right, let's go ahead and freaking close out here of what's coming up on Good Real Hunting. We do have a particular stream coming up for the month of December. Hopefully, we are going to make an announcement on that very soon. We're just mainly dealing with a logo thing. If any, we would be happy to share that announcement. Like I said earlier, the Real Horror Awards is officially now in production. We're getting that whole big ass event squared away, and it's going to be the third week of January is when we're going to be doing this particular live stream, and we will let you all know how you all can help not only to vote but make this the biggest show in Good Real Hunting history. We're really going to rely on you guys to help us make that dream a reality. So Brad, but in terms of pre-recorded content, what we got here?
Dude, we're doing the top 5 horror movies from each year of the 2010s. The next one coming out is going to be 2011 and then 2012 and so forth and so on. Of course, on the other end of that, we got top 5 non-horror movies going out on our Patreons. So check that out as well if you're one of those, and YouTube members as well. So check those out. So it's fun. It's going to be a fun series, especially as we get
Patreon.
farther.
Here's Patreon. This is what they can freaking be missing.
Oh yeah, dude. 20 Fast Five's on there, man. You can see Rise of the Planet of the Apes, all kinds of good stuff in there. So check it out. Hop in for that. And it's gonna be fun, man. I'm looking forward to continuing this, especially as we get farther into the decade, as these movies continue to get better and better. This was a turning point.
Dude, absolutely. And we're having so much fun with that series, so we cannot wait to continue it. And for the stream next week, we do not know the topic yet, but hopefully we could bring you what the topic is going to be about on Tuesday, and we will let you know exactly when that next live stream will be next week. So, yeah. Brad, anything else?
No, man, I'm shipshape, happy to go.
All righty. Well, if you're happy to go, I'm happy to go too, because I don't want to keep you waiting now for a freaking Waffle House when you could be going to Cracker Barrel. So let me go ahead and get the last word since you have such hateful things to say. So let's see here. What could be my last word? Oh, I know the last word. And guys, have a good night. Here's the last word. Strong hand.